A great win Saturday to have an ACC team come into Logan and have an opportunity to play BC or a Power 5 team here in our home stadium and find a way to win that game is, again, my hat's off to our players and our staff. Tremendous win, gets us to 2-1, and a huge, to me, a step in this program in the right direction of beating that team coming into our own stadium after some of the adversity that we had with injuries the first couple weeks and then during the game too. So again, our hats off to those kids and continue to rally around each other and play team football. Some aspects of the football looked a little bit better than others. But I still think we're a young team in a lot of phases, and we're a work in progress. And I think we made some strides. Weren't as good in some areas that I'm sure everybody likes to talk about. But it's a win, and I'm very, very happy for those guys. As I look ahead to this team, Arkansas State, first of all, a great deal of respect for that program. 3 straight bowl games. The winning teams that they've had continue to do it. Now will be, the 4th coach in 4 years, or 5th coach in 5 years, excuse me, and probably will be a bowl team. So it'll be the 4th straight bowl, I would predict for this team coming up. But, Blake Anderson's been a good friend of mine for a long time. A lot of respect for him. Members of his staff, I know how they're going to play on offense. It's going to be very, very fast. It'll be as fast as we've seen all year, maybe as fast as this program has seen since Louisiana Tech in 2012. They will play at a very, very, very rapid, frantic pace. They'll sub 4 running backs. In fact, so many times the refs don't catch it. So hopefully those refs catch them subbing, and we're able to stop the game and allow us to sub because I think that's part of the drill. So when you sub, you have to stop it and move on. But they sub those running backs out quite a bit. And, the McKissick kid and the Houston kid are very talented wideouts. And Freddie Knighton, when he came in relief of Adam Kennedy, in the bowl game last year, he had a really solid bowl game. I know what kind of program he was raised in, Pulaski Academy there in Little Rock, not too far from where I grew up. Great history, tradition of players and the program. So I know what kind of player that quarterback is. I've seen him, just this year. The guy has got speed. He's got a lot of moxie. He operates a system. He's playing in the perfect system for him. So really, really good offensive skill. Both the corners that they have, I think, are very similar to last week's corners. I think that's the strength of their defense. Money Hunter, a safety, is a really athletic kid. I recruited him out of Prosper, Texas. So I've seen him in high school. But they're very athletic on defense. Pressure package. They do a nice job of all that. Been very successful at home. I know their record in the last 18, 19 games is tremendous at home. Be a major, major challenge for us to go on the road and find a way to win our first road game. And so the bottom line for this program this week is be 1-0, find a way to win number 1 on the road, and that's it. A lot of respect for this program and where we're going to play. It's a tough place to play. They've played very, very well at home. This week we're going to start Daryl Garrettson at quarterback. Chucky is fine. From a health standpoint, the ACL is all intact. Everything's good. It's banged up, guys. Okay? And that's the bottom line. So we're going to set him out this week, and we're going to set him out next week, and then we're going to reevaluate him, and we're going to see where he's at during the BYU week. Okay? So that's where we're going there. A tremendous amount of confidence, as does his teammates, in Daryl Garrettson. I think we're very confident in him, his talents, his abilities, his leadership ability. But just like last year, we will have to do the same thing. We will have to play very well on defense. We're going to have to find ways to be difference makers in special teams. And guys on offense are going to have to play a little bit better around him. The recipe is the same. The mix is a little different. The ingredients are a little different. We got some new guys around him. And so I feel good about Daryl. Very, very good. He's in a good spot. Chucky's in a good spot. This team's in a good spot, and we're going to play very, very well this week because I think we're going to have a good week of practice. And so I'm excited to see our performance on Saturday night, and again, against a very, very good program in a tough place to play. So this will be a major challenge for us on the road, and the opportunity to go in there and play them is one that we're all looking forward to. So with that, I'll go ahead and open it up to all your questions.
You're not,
for the record, Harrison will be back up then.
Yes.
You're not a doctor, but
I am not.
But you just said that that Keaton is okay. I mean, so the structure.
The structure's fine. Yep, he's banged up.
Elaborate just a little bit.
Nope, I'm not gonna. He's not out for the year, so
Okay.
that's it.
Okay.
You got what you got.
And Zach Vigil was Player of the Week finally. We got.
How about that? Yeah, and I mean that kid deserves it. I love that kid. I mean, the kid plays his tail off. He practices so hard. He really wasn't that slow when I watched it on tape. He just seemed like it. I know I told y'all that in the press conference, and he thinks that's funny. But that kid is done so well in his career from where he's come as from a walk-on to now a team captain and Mountain West, the player of the week. So good for him. You know what? It's a reflection of the guys around him. I thought our D-line played really, really good. It's the best game the D-line's played. BJ was tremendous. He's outstanding, 3 sacks. Jordan Nielsen was very solid. C. Watafa played very well. John Taylor played very well. Those guys, Ricky Leafua played well. Those guys all showed up. So Zach is a byproduct of the D-line playing well, and he would be the first to tell you that.
His brother had a game. That was
his brothers played very well since the
game.
minute we started playing him. I told y'all that a year ago, and y'all are starting to believe me now. Nick Vigil's a really good player. Been very solid 3 straight weeks.
A lot of armchair quarterbacks out there thought maybe
There are.
go for 2.
Yeah.
What's your policy on going?
Let's talk about that. When you go for 2, here's the way that I determined the decision during the game. It's a direct reflection of how I was raised in coaching and what I believe to be true. When you get behind, when you miss an extra point, and you get behind the chart, you're off one point or whatever. The score looks funny, right? It's not in 7s anymore, right? The theory is to wait till the game is more in balance to start going for 2, okay? So that would be late in the 3rd, early the 4th, those kind of things, because you can still get back on track. How can you do that? What if they kick 2 field goals? It's 6-6. Might as well be 0-0 or 14-14. Does that make sense? And you're right on track. The percentages, okay, for extra points, kicking them, and the percentages for 2-point plays are drastically different. Okay? If the percentage of success on 2-point plays was extremely high and pretty close to an extra point, you'd see everybody in the nation going for 2 points, wouldn't you? Quite a lot more often. So let's go back. So my theory is to wait till the end of the 3rd, somewhere in that, get a feel for the game, early 4th till you go. Because if you go right out of the gate and it's 12-0 and you go for 2 middle of the first quarter and you don't get it, you're off track right now. Does that make sense? If you get it, which is a lower percentage of success, okay, then you're on track. You're back to 14-0 or whatever you figure it out. But the percentage of success for a 2-point play is not near as high, where you kick the extra point, you kick it again, you keep scoring touchdowns, maybe you're ahead and it doesn't matter. Does that make sense? So at one point in the game, it actually got back to where we're on the chart as we're still going for 1, even though the score looked a little funny. Okay. The other thing on a 2-point call, and this is maybe way more than you asked for, but I'll go ahead and elaborate, is when you get to a certain point on the chart, you're not on the chart anymore. So you just kick it. Does that make sense? So there were several times that I was in communication with the guys in the box and looking at my own chart and said, hey, we're kicking it, right? We score here, add 6 points to the total, we're still kicking it. We're still kicking it. There were once or twice in the first half the chart would have said, go for 2. I know exactly what the chart says. Okay? And you know what, by the way? Everybody's chart's just a little bit different. Okay? You go out and you poll. If I called 20 head coaches or 20 offense coordinators right now in Division I, said, send me your 2-point chart, I bet there would be 2 or 3 of them that are a little off. Most of them are. Now, what goes into that? Okay? Let's talk. Monday morning, here we go. Okay? What goes into that being, why would a chart be a little different? Well, here's why. What is your philosophy? Are you going to play for wins at the end of the game, or are you going to play for overtime at the end of the game? Okay? You down 15 late in the game, are you going to go for 2 on that first touchdown you score, or are you going to go ahead and kick it so you can score again and then go for 2 to tie it at the very end? Does that make sense? Because if you're down 9, you're going to go ahead and kick the extra point and then go for 2 later to send it in overtime? Or you're going to go for 2 and make it 7, score again, and then go for 2 and win it? Does that make sense? So you got overtime philosophies figuring into your charts too. Okay, but let's go back. Big picture, you're not going to see me go for 2 until late in the 3rd, early in the 4th. Does that make sense? So there's probably the answer to your question that you really were looking for. I've been on staffs as an assistant early in my career where you go for 2 early, you don't get it. Now, you're really behind, where you could have just kept kicking extra points and you look up and you got 3 more points than you should have. Now, saying all that, we need to protect better on extra points. We need to kick them better, and that's going to be a major focus. So don't worry, we're going to work on that. I'm not very happy with that right now.
So both of those are issues on those missed PATs and field goals.
Yeah,
and kicking.
yeah, a little bit of both. Yep, all the way around, protection and the kick. So we'll work on that. We'll focus on that this week. But I really, honestly, I don't feel like I'm defending my decision because I think it was very easy. It wasn't a very difficult decision to do that. No, we're kicking it. Just keep kicking it. It's too early in the game. So.
Was it a short conversation at halftime? Daryl, get ready.
Yeah, what
I mean,
didn't. Yeah, let's roll. You ready? Saddle up. That's about it. He says, I'm ready. So a little bit longer conversation after the pick 6. Yeah, we'll get that fixed. After that, he settled down. He played very well.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about the difference between playing him now as opposed to last year when he was coming in?
Yeah.
About all the experience he has now.
Yeah, two factors I see. Number 1, the confidence he has in himself. Actually 3, Leah. 2, the confidence the players already have in him. Number 3, I know how to game plan a little bit better for him. A little bit of a wild card last year going into some of those games. I wasn't real sure. So a lot of confidence in him. I'm going to tell you the locker room won't flinch. They believe in him.
Does the offense change at all with Daryl?
Not much.
Knowing that
Do you think I'd tell you if it was going to change a whole lot? Yeah, I know Blake Anderson's watching this right now.
knowing what he can do for you, as you said, he's not so much of a wild card in experience. Does that have any factor in the decision whether to play him this week or not?
No. Chucky can't go this week. We need to rest him. He's the next best quarterback in the program.
Did you give Chucky an MRI when you say it's structurally sound?
Yes.
Talking to Blake Anderson, I just asked him on his teleconference this morning. I said,
Did you?
I said, looking at the teams, you look at stats, you look at things, it looks like these are 2 pretty close teams of how they try to do things in a lot of ways. He said the biggest difference in the game might be that they're playing at home. He feels like that's a really big deal. He feels like it could be hot and humid and the way they play fast and stuff.
Hot, humid, they'll play fast. The refs will slow it down when they sub. And we're going to need to go generate our own excitement. There won't be anybody except half of my hometown there cheering and parents. So I love going on the road. It brings you closer. I think we've played well on the road here. I think our kids have a really good mindset on the road. I kind of like it. I like wearing the road unis and rallying around together in the locker room, in the hotel, and I think our kids feed off of that pretty good.
Would you agree that these 2 teams are similar, and
Yeah.
where is the biggest difference that you see between the teams?
Our head coach is a better golfer than their head coach. I can tell you that right now.
let Garrettson know that he was going to be?
We've played before.
When did you let Garrettson know that he was going to be the guy this week?
This week?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just because I believe in my relationship with the players, officially about an hour ago, he knew. Yeah.
He's had a little bit extra time.
Yeah, this ain't his first rodeo. He knew. So.
Is McKissick for them kind of like your JoJo?
Yeah, he's a talented kid. That kid is really. I like that kid, and I know Blake and Walt enjoy game planning around that kid. He and Houston, and you can move them around and do a lot of things with them. They're very multiple. I bet they throw passes, and those guys are. They're fun to watch if you were watching it from an offensive perspective. When I was watching it with Coach Orlando last night, it wasn't real fun because you're like, "Ooh, man, these guys can run." And you're watching them against Tennessee and Miami, and they can run.
About Wyatt Houston and Jefferson court this week. Jefferson had that first career
Yeah.
touchdown. Seemed like they were very active on Sunday.
Better, yeah. That's a room I'm proud of. That's getting a little bit better every week. They're improving in their run blocking. They're very, very unselfish players. They've caught the ball extremely well. We gave Wyatt a drop during the game on a ball that was 2 feet behind him, but he makes those catches. I'm going to tell you the best catch that Jefferson made was the one on the sidelines on our sidelines. Was it 4th and short? 4th and 2? Yeah, is that right, or was it 3rd and 2? Was it 4th down?
No, I don't think
Was it 3rd down? 3rd and 2? Okay. Darryl didn't let up. He threw a rocket, and it was like from me to Leah. It was in Jefferson type. That was the best catch he made all day. It was awesome. I'm proud of those two guys. They've been playing well.
How concerned are you with the running game and producing from the running back spot?
Concerned about the running game, yes. Produced from the running back spot, no. My job is to win football games. Our job as an offense is to score points. Our job as an offensive staff and an offensive unit is to find ways to run the ball. And I don't care if JoJo runs it, Hunter Sharp runs it, Darryl runs it, or it's a combination of 3 or 4 running backs. I'm not very pleased with the running game. I don't think we were very efficient in it. But just like I told you, okay, when you add guys to the box, structurally, it probably wasn't going to be that much better, but we need to be able to run it when we want to at the end of games. I'm not happy with that. We can improve in that area. But when they add guys to the box structurally and from a defensive schematic standpoint, we're going to throw the ball out on the perimeter and we're going to throw the ball down the field. And I was happy we threw for 300 and whatever yards. And we were very efficient in the passing game. So teams want to load up the box, and we're going to throw the football. And Hunter and Ronald and JoJo are going to have good days. So Darryl's he'll have some weapons out there to throw to.
Did you anticipate using JoJo in the run game as much as you have so far?
When? This summer, last spring.
Just going into the season, I guess. I'll give you a good time.
I want to answer your question accurately for you. I think as we went through training camp, probably expanded it in my mind a little bit more.
Was it what he was doing or what others weren't doing?
A combination of both. I'm going to tell you what, when you put the ball in the kid's hands, he knows how to go. He GOs now. He can read it and stretch and cut back, and he's hard to hem up. And he understands when to really stretch it. And I think he's been I know he's been very productive. So, and it's a good changeup. So we do a lot of stuff with him back there. I think, you put a kid like that in the backfield, and most defenses will say, okay, there's a receiver in the backfield, you're going to throw it to him. What kind of matchup? You're going to empty it. You're going to motion him out of the backfield. Not so fast anymore. Plays quarterback, plays running back, plays receiver. Hadn't played O-line yet, Wade.
There's still time.
That will not happen. It's a good question.
So had Wake Forest shown that tendency to load up front and even coming into the game?
Yeah.
And change something later?
No, they kind of were who they were, and they were consistent with that. With some of those looks in Gardner-Webb and Monroe, and I think You know, they're kind of like us on defense. They do what they do.
Other questions for Coach Wells?
How far is Salisaw from Jonesboro?
Salisaw from Jonesboro. I'm glad you remembered Salisaw. I think it's 5 hours.
It's one of David Letterman's home offices. You can't forget.
Salisaw, Oklahoma, the Black Diamonds. I'll have some high school coaches there and some family and friends, and it'll be a good little deal.
So it takes
So,
5 hours.
I think it's 5 hours, yeah.
How big is it?
Salisaw, 7,000 on a good day.
One stop.
Maybe 8,000. No. We got 6 stoplights plus a blinking light. Okay? So, you don't want to argue with me about small towns, okay? You got one light in yours, great. You can count them. That's my definition of a small town. You can count the lights. It's a small town. So,
Sounds bigger than mine.
there you go. It's a good place to be.
So a week ago, you were starting to talk about the elevation's tough to play at here, and then now they're talking about the mugginess and the heat to play in there.
Yeah.
Just gamesmanship, is that what we call it?
No, it's reality.
Okay.
We'll be ready to play. It's a lot easier playing the heat than it is the altitude. Faster adjustment. We'll adjust on Friday.
Can you give a few thoughts on Centers and just what he's brought to the team?
Devin Centers, playmaker, very versatile, and a very, very strong special teams performer. He is he's a kid that enjoys playing the game, and very happy with where he's at, and he's gotten better in 3 games.
Anything else for Coach Wells?
What's your connection with Blake Anderson then?
Blake and I have known each other since my first year coaching. We used to work summer camps together. So, he's a good golfer, but we used to work summer camps a lot, and we worked them quite a bit and been very good friends for a long time.
Yeah, he's a Texas guy.
He is a Texas guy, yeah. Worked his way up, very proud of him. He's done a good job. Studied their offense quite a bit, when he was at Southern Miss, so see if we can stop it.
On the field goal PAT, real quick, are there any issues on the snap or the hole?
No.
Okay.
No, I think Noah's been doing a good job. Jaren's been good.
Receivers, we did a good job catching the ball and running after the catch. Overall, I just think the offense did pretty good.
Well, how much confidence do you guys have in Darryl now? Obviously, he led you to all those victories last year. He's getting a start this week, so talk about him and what he brings.
Darryl brings a lot to the table. I mean, his whole demeanor, even when he was a backup, he's always pushing, for the offense to do well. And, last year we seen that we faced adversity and he came in, he stepped into the picture and, he helped us out big time. We won 6 games. So I feel like Darryl, he just, it's nothing, him Saturday was nothing new. He got the job done.
He's improved a lot even this year, what I've seen in the practices, and he's had a lot of reps with you guys too.
Yes, he's been repping with the ones a lot this fall camp, and he's improved. He's smarter. Like you can tell he's smarter. He's more precise, and coaches like that. And as receivers, he tell us when we getting the ball, and he just tell us how much when he's coming to us, be ready, and we make a play.
How much fun has it been for you to start getting the ball more and more from the wide receiver spot and getting it into your hands?
It's been really fun. Coaches find a way for me to get the ball each week, and they know I can make plays, and the coaches give me opportunities, and I make the best of them, and I thank them for putting me in the situation, to make opportunities, to make plays to the best of my ability.
Wake Forest snuffed your Wildcat play, though.
Yeah, I try to get we try to get some Wildcat going this week. They snuffed it out, but we got more games, more opportunities. Coaches, I'm pretty sure they're gonna call it a couple more games in the season.
Ronald took your touchdown pass away from you. What did you think of his throw?
Oh man, Ronald, we've been trying to call that play ever since last year. Honestly, we finally got a chance to call it, and Ronald, he's a pretty good thrower. We always practice with him throwing the ball, and coaches and some of the players are quite surprised how well he can throw the ball. And it was a dime he threw, and as soon as I got to the sideline, I thanked him for that.
He made a great catch. That catch he made.
Oh yes, he made a pretty good catch, and we needed that. That was a big time catch that lifted our offense even more.
Yeah, right at the time when you guys needed to move the ball a little bit better.
Yes.
Doesn't Darryl, he gets into the game and he starts throwing to Wade Houston. There's too much favoritism there. Is that?
Him and Wyatt, they came in.
Wyatt.
They came in at the same time. They got some type of special bond, but it's all good. Wyatt, he seems to be open a lot, and Darryl, he finds him a lot, and which is a good thing. He makes some pretty good catches.
Have you looked at their defense at all yet today, or at Arkansas State?
No, I haven't had a chance to look at those guys yet, but I heard they're pretty good defense, and it's gonna be a test for us this weekend. But we're preparing. We're gonna prepare well, like we do every week.
How long in your mind will it take for the team to adjust from Keaton as quarterback to Garrison as quarterback this week?
I don't think it'll take long at all. Honestly, like I said, Darryl, he's been in this situation before, and we know how to adapt as a team, and we'll be ready for Darryl Saturday.
What do you know about Arkansas State, just in general? Anything?
Like I said, I haven't seen much film on them yet, but like I say, from hearing about them, they're a pretty good team, pretty solid defense, offense pretty good. Like I said, we just have to go out there and we'll evaluate the film and go out there and play hard.
Anything else for JoJo? Okay.
Thank you.
Well, our defense, we played Aggie defense, of course. That's really what we can say about us. We made stops when we had to, even when there were turnovers, sudden change. We went out there and we stopped them. Both vigils, they really stepped up for us when we needed it, stopping the run and stopping the pass. With Zach getting that pick six, but everything went according to plan as far as how we game planned it, watching film on them, knowing where they were going to go with the ball, and going up against a good, very young but good offense. I felt like we played a good game.
What do you do during the week to adjust to the tempo that Coach Wells said you're going to see this week, and what's important during the game to adjust to that tempo?
Well, going up against a big pace team, we usually try to just go at a high level, high pace in practice, move around a lot, and sometimes we'll give each other looks, so our offense will give us looks with their pace to help us get adjusted to it.
It appears most teams now are going to play the style of system where you're going to play most of the time starting at dime or nickel back, I guess, or whatever with our defense. It looks like we're starting that way most of the time. Is that like playing corner for you or something, or what can you tell us about that?
I don't see it as a corner. I see it more of a linebacker spot because I'm helping out in the run game more. I do have to cover receivers, but as a safety, you have to do that too. So I just see myself more as a linebacker in that aspect.
And it seemed like they sent you off on rushes quite a bit from that spot this last game, and that's going to happen a lot too, right?
We'll see. We haven't got a chance to talk about how we're going to pressure Arkansas State, but yeah, I do get sent a lot on blitzes. Coach Orlando is very confident in my ability to get in the backfield and cause disruptions.
What is it? I think I've asked you before. What is it about you that you just are around the football? When there's a loose ball, a kick to be blocked, whatever, you've always been a guy who's around it.
Well, our coaches are always harping on us about running to the ball. So we always just try to make sure all 11 of us on defense are around it, and sometimes just being in the right place at the right time. That'll help you make plays.
Was that what was like it when you scooped the ball the other day? Was that what it was? Or?
Yeah, it seemed like it. I mean, watching the film, it looked like he was about to throw my way, but it was very fortunate that Nick was able to get the ball out, because I didn't even see the ball getting thrown until last second, and it just rolled to me. So.
At what point did you realize it was a fumble? Because it seemed like a delayed reaction
Yeah, they had to keep telling him to run.
Well, when I picked the ball up, I thought it was a fumble, and then out of my right eye or my right ear, I heard the whistle, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's the end of the play." So I should probably just get the ball back to the ref, so we don't get flagged or anything. And then I look to the sideline, I hear everybody run. I look, I'm like, what? And then everybody's like, run. I'm like, oh, okay. So then I just ran to the end zone, and when they reviewed it, they called a touchdown. So everybody was excited.
Are you and Daryl the same age?
Yeah, Daryl is 4 days older than me, actually.
Really?
Yeah, which is.
So you know him pretty well and what he's like and all that kind of stuff too.
Yeah,
so now he gets his chance to come in again.
Yeah, he does, and I got faith in him doing everything. We go back to high school, and he's always had a great work ethic. Every Saturday, over summers and stuff, we would go and just run hills together, and we'd work on just routes and anything that he wanted to work on, just to make sure we're on top of everything. So I got faith in him. I know he'll step up for us, just like he did last year.
Do you go back further than high school?
No, the first time I met Daryl was my sophomore year of high school, and he was a freshman. We both got moved up to varsity, and second day of practice, I remember I picked him off, and I teased him about it, like, every day, anytime I can. So that's our relationship right there.
About Zach's interception return for the touchdown, and then he's Defensive Player of the Week for the Mountain West. So what did you see out of that play and what he brought to the table on Saturday?
Zach always brings that to the table. He's always making sure he makes plays. He's staying on us in practice, and it shows in the games. So him being defensive player, it's no surprise to me, because that's just Zach right there. He's a really great player. I know he'll make it to the next level.
Can you talk a little bit about just going on the road again? You hit the first shot, Tennessee, second shot. What do you guys need to do to get that road win this week?
Well, we have to come out fast. Our first game against Tennessee, we came out a little slow, but as far as a team. But if we come out and actually play at a high level like we did here against Wake Forest, I feel like we'll be able to just roll in there and play our game and come out with a win.
Other questions for Devin?